guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing another book review. This review is going to be along the same lines as the book reviews that I've done over the last few weeks, and if you're interested in seeing any of those, you can find them in the book review playlist on my page. And with that all being said, let's go ahead and get into today's review. So today's book I'm going to be reviewing is Before We Were Yours by Lisa Wingate. This book is a historical fiction with ties to real-life events, and I will explain more about that later in the video. Like many historical fictions, this book is told in a first-person point of view, jumping between two different characters. The first character being Rill, a 12-year-old living in 1939, and the other character being Avery, an adult from the present day. The two characters' lives are intertwined in a way that is not revealed until almost to the end of the book. In today's review, not only am I going to give you my opinions on the characters, the author's writing style, and my overall final thoughts, but I'm also going to share a little information about the real Tennessee Children's Home Society scandal and how the author worked those into the story, because that is a big part of the story. So, to start with, let's talk about the characters. As I said previously, there are two different characters in the novel. The first character I'm going to talk about is Rill. Rill is a 12-year-old girl who lives on a riverboat with her parents and her 3 sisters and 1 brother. Well, as it says on the back of the book, which I'm going to read in a minute, when her father has to rush her mother to the hospital one night, Rill is left in charge. But when the strangers come, Rill is no match and her siblings are taken away. The people who take them promise to take them to their parents, which turns out to be a total lie, and the children are left to face the horrors of the Tennessee Children's Society, and Rill has to do her best to protect her 4 siblings. The other main character is Avery. Avery is a lawyer who moves back to care for her father, this is during the present time, who is suffering with cancer, and her aging grandma, whose Alzheimer's is getting worse every day. When Avery attends a social event at a nursing home with her father, she meets an elderly resident named Mary, who claims to know her grandmother. Avery starts to dig into the past that her grandmother is unable to communicate about, and learns new things about her family she never would have guessed. These two characters are bonded in an unexpected way that doesn't come into light until towards the end of the novel. The author does a fantastic job showing Rill's strength and determination to save her family, and Avery's determination to find out about her family's past. I'm going to read the back of the book to you before I get into the author's writing style so I can give you a little more insight on what I'm talking about. Alright. Memphis, 1939. 12-year-old Rill Foss and her 4 younger siblings live a magical life aboard their family's Mississippi River shantyboat. But when their father must rush their mother to the hospital one stormy night, Rill is left in charge, until strangers arrive in force. Wrenched from all that is familiar and thrown into a Tennessee Children's Home Society orphanage, the Foss children are assured that they will soon be returned to their parents. But they quickly realize the dark truth. At the mercy of the facility's real-life director, the cruel Georgia Tan, Rill fights to keep her siblings together. Aiken, South Carolina, present day. Born into wealth and privilege, Avery Stafford seems to have it all. A successful career, a handsome fiancé, and a lavish wedding on the horizon. But when she returns home to help her father weather a health crisis, a chance encounter leaves her with uncomfortable questions and compels her to take a journey through her family's long-hidden history on a path that will ultimately lead to devastation or to redemption. So that's overall what the book's about. Now I'm going to go on and talk about the writing style. The author writes in a way that really pulls you into the story. You really feel for the children that are stuck inside of the society and the nightmare that they're going through. I think the author's use of the real-life events, such as the scandal at the Tennessee Children's Home, which I'm going to get into in a minute, have made it easier to understand that this happened and children really went through all this. With that being said, I found myself rushing through the parts about Avery because I wanted to know what happened to Rill. Now, as I said, I wanted to share with you guys a few quick facts about the real Tennessee Children's Home Society. And these were just a few random facts I found when I did a Google search. So from what I can tell, the orphanage was a real thing. It was operated in the state of Tennessee during the first half of the 20th century. Georgia Chan was the real-life operator of the Memphis branch, and she was accused of being involved in the kidnapping of children and illegally putting them up for adoption. Tan died in 1950 of cancer before she could be charged with anything, though. The author really based the story off some real-life events, and after writing Before We Were Yours, she also co-wrote a book called Before and After that also tells the story of real-life people who survived the Tennessee Children's Home Society. Overall, I would give this book a 4 out of 5 star rating. The book was well written and based largely on true facts. The characters were well detailed and relatable in a way that made the story more enjoyable to read. And that would be my overall opinion of this book. I really do recommend it. It is a great novel. It took me, I believe, 2 days to read this book. So yeah, if you're interested, go check it out. And I will see you guys next time with another book review. Thanks, guys. Bye.